Hello and welcome to Colred Plays Raid Shadow Legends. I am Colred. Thank you for joining me. So Plarium has announced its Community Weeks celebration. So we're going to have 4 weeks of in-game activities to celebrate the community. There's also going to be some out-of-game activities as well that you can participate in. The first thing is we're getting a new login reward champion. That's fantastic. We're also going to get an opportunity to vote on next month's Fusion Champions skills. We've never done this before, so this is a pretty cool idea. All of the community weeks will culminate in an awards ceremony. I think they're calling them the Raid Community Choice Awards, and that will be hosted sometime in the first week of May, I want to say. Now, there is a bit of controversy specifically around the award ceremony here in the community, because there used to be an award ceremony called the Raid Awards that was hosted by a content creator named the Saffron Man. And the current award ceremony is being produced by Plarium, who wasn't involved in that original series of award ceremonies. And with the Plarium Raid Awards, there is a content creator who's involved. That's Nubkex from Nub Raids. And he's being the host or the co-host or something. So he's going to be involved pretty heavily in the Plarium version of these Raid Awards. And so as a result, there's this conflict between Nubkex and the Saffron Man. Saffron Man posted a couple of videos. Some other content creators have posted reaction videos. I am not going to be posting a reaction video. I'm not going to be watching their videos and doing all of that. But I do want to give you my perspective on the controversy, simply because I think we need to talk about these kinds of things within the community. I think that when it comes to our community, we're the ones who have to get involved. We're the ones who have to have the discussions and make the decisions, because there is no one else to appeal to. There's no governing body here. YouTube doesn't get involved. There's no union of content creators to act as mediators. Plarium, forget about that, right? Plarium's not going to get involved in this thing either. So it's you, the viewers, it's us, the content creators, who get to talk amongst ourselves, discuss these issues, and find a way to move forward productively. And so that's what I'm going to try to do in today's video. And then we're also going to talk about all of the activities that are going on in the community weeks, so you can enjoy these celebrations and hopefully get some value out of the game this month. All right, I hope you're ready for it. Let's get started. Just a quick reminder, my wife and I are having our baby boy sometime in the next few days or maybe week or two. We're into that nebulous time where we don't really know what to expect. It could happen any minute, or we could have to wait a little while. As a result, my streaming schedule, my video schedule is completely up in the air, and I can't really predict exactly what's going to happen. So I am going to try to continue my schedule of streaming Takeover Tuesdays around 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Eastern time every week. And we're going to continue to post videos. In addition, Sun, my editor, whose name is Sun, will be holding down the fort. He's going to be here. He may be live streaming as well. We may continue to produce videos when we can. We should be producing videos when we can. But as a result of all of that, I don't know what to tell you about the channel in the near future, except it's going to be different than it's been for the past few months. So I hope you stick around. I hope you keep paying attention to the channel, that we continue to produce content that strikes your interest and helps you out in game. And if you would, please go ahead and click the like button of this video. Also, subscribe to the channel so you get notifications for when we do post new content, and consider joining our Discord community, because, not to brag, but I think it's one of the best communities in all of Raid Shadow Legends. It's super active, a lot of positivity in the community. You should come check it out. Okay, thanks so much. Now let's get back to the video. All right, we're going to start here with my boy, JGigs. Now, Jay has been on the channel several times. He's one of my favorite content creators. He's absolutely fantastic. You should go and check out his content. But Jay posted a video in reaction to this announcement about the Raid Community Awards. You can see that is the poster that Plarium put out announcing the Raid Community Awards. And that is Nubkex up there, right, from Nub Raids. So he is actually perhaps the host or co-host of these awards, along with Cirilla. Now, I was unaware of this announcement. This video by JGigs is the first that I saw. I'm subscribed to his channel, as you can see, and so I was just checking out his video for the day. I always want to hear what Jay has to say about Plarium. Now, if you've watched Jay's content, you'll know he has a bit of a combative relationship with Plarium. He doesn't like Plarium. He was the voice of No Dime December, the face of No Dime December. But he has stated several times that he had a positive experience in the content creator program for several years before he left. So he's no longer part of the content creator program. By the way, I am not either. I've applied multiple times and never heard back. They are just ignoring me, I guess. So I would love to be part of the content creator program, but I am not. So I don't have any inside information here, by the way. This is just, as a viewer like you, I want to give you my perspective. Okay, so this is the first thing I heard about this. Now, Jay, as soon as this happened, as soon as this announcement came out, he referenced the Saffron Man. Now, the Saffron Man is an older raid content creator. He's not an old guy. I don't mean that. He hasn't been around much lately. So early on, he was producing content and he's kind of moved away from raid. But for 2 years, he produced an awards show called the Raid Awards. It was basically the same thing. He was honoring the content creators in the community. He pulled in a bunch of content creators. They all contributed to the award show. Hell, Hades co-hosted it. It was a cool thing. Now, I think the Saffron Man did it because there was a vacuum, right? Plarium wasn't really good, hasn't been good at community building. And the Saffron Man saw an opportunity. He's like, one, I want to honor the community. I think that's a great way to build a community, is to acknowledge the contributor. But the second thing I think he did it for was to potentially build his own name, right? Get his name out there, get views, build a reputation, build his channel, and be more successful at YouTube. So, on the one, I'm not saying it was self-serving, but we all create content in the hopes that it'll be viewed. Now, the Raid Awards were a very positive experience from my outside understanding, but they weren't particularly successful for the Saffron Man's channel. His channel didn't blow up or anything. If you look at his channel right now, he's got about 3,000 subscribers. So it didn't perhaps grow his channel the way he hoped. He did produce a second one in 2021, so he did 2020 and 2021. And there were plans for a third Raid Award show in 2023 that eventually got abandoned. I don't know why it was abandoned. Maybe it was just too much work. Maybe he didn't think it was worth the return. The return wasn't worth the investment because he wasn't really growing his channel successfully through the series. But for whatever reason, he stopped in 2021, didn't do 2022, didn't do 2023. And now in 2024, Plarium has stepped back into the gap that they probably never should have left in the first place. They should have been doing these awards since 2018 when they launched the game. But Jay saw this announcement and said, what about Saffron Man? Is he being acknowledged? Was he being consulted? What's his reaction to this? Because he's going to have a reaction to this. So this actually came out before the Saffron Man had any kind of reaction. All right, so I didn't know about this. I wasn't really around at that point. Like I said, I was vaguely aware of it, the 2021 Raid Awards, but I didn't really watch it because I wasn't watching that many videos. Jay clearly was. He was part of the awards ceremony, so he was very much involved. All right, so then the Saffron Man posted a response video. Now, that video has since been taken down. You can see parts of it in the next video that we're going to talk about. All right, so it still exists in some form. But at this point, Saffron Man, you can see, here's his channel. He's taken a bunch of his videos down. He had many more videos before. He's taken everything down, basically, except this See Ya video, which he produced a few hours ago, and then the Raid Award videos that are part of the conversation. So you can actually come here and watch these Raid Award shows from 2020, 2021. They're pretty cool. There's a lot of great action. I hadn't watched them before. I sat down and kind of watched them quickly. I didn't watch the full thing. They're fairly long. But you can see we're only talking about a few hundred views here, 1.9 thousand views on that part one there. So they didn't blow up. They weren't huge. They weren't massive. But they were clearly hard to put together. And they included a lot of the community. So in the Saffron Man's first response video, he called out Nubraid. Sorry, Nubkex. I always could, his channel is Nubraids. His tag is Nubkex. So he called out Nubkex for being involved in this new award show. And Saffron Man's pretty ticked off. I think the reason he's ticked off for the most part is he's ticked off at Plarium. Right? Plarium didn't support him. They wanted to control his content, his award shows. They didn't really get involved in any positive way. They were really hard to work with, as he tells it. And as a result, he just has a bad taste in his mouth about Plarium. So I think he's really angry at Plarium. But in addition, what happened, according to the Saffron Man, is that when he was planning the 2022 award show, he talked to Nub about it. And then it didn't happen. And now Nub is involved in this award show, and Saffron Man thinks something shady's going on. Now, we have no proof of that, but that's also one of his objections, one of the things he's angry about. I'll say this now. I think that Nub is a distraction. I don't really think the Saffron Man should be really angry at Nubkek. We'll talk about that more in a little bit, but like the anger directed at Plarium is justified, right? This is a thing that they should have been helping with all along. Simultaneously, and a community award show is a good thing. So since the Saffron Man abandoned his channel, basically, well before this, I think they're fine stepping in and doing their own award show. Now, if the Saffron Man was still producing his award show every year and getting, 2,000 or 3,000 views, and then Plarium just stepped in and did their own thing and completely ignored him like he wasn't even there, like that would be really bad. That would be awful. And I'd be angry as a content creator for him, as a raid content creator. And I'm sure all the other content creators would object as well. But at this point, he's been gone for 3 years, right? He didn't do 22 or 23. This is the 3rd year. And they've decided to step into the vacuum that they probably, like I said, never should have been out of in the first place. They should have been doing this all along. So I think that they're okay. I don't think they're great. They should have said something to him. They should have addressed him in some way. They should have been like, hey, thanks for your contributions. We're going to take it over from here. And maybe you could be involved somehow. Maybe he could come in and be the co-host instead of Nub. Maybe he and Nubs could have been involved. Maybe he could have just done a video saying, hey, Plarium, this is a great idea. I hope you keep it rolling. The community deserves this. That didn't happen. So he's angry. And, justifiably so. So here is the 3rd video now, at least in the series. Now, other content creators are starting to react, right? Saffron Man has reacted, called out Nubkex, and JGigs is going to summarize, and continue talking about his reaction to this. So if you want to see the Saffron Man's original video, this is the only place you can find it because it's been taken down off of the Saffron Man's site. He took it down. But if you want to see what it contained, about 30 or 40% of it is in this video right here, and you can see how angry he is and what his objections are about. Now, some people don't like this. They call this drama, right? I think our culture is really conflict averse, but this is a genuine conflict. There are people who are doing things here that are in conflict that conflict needs to be addressed and resolved. I think that the Saffron Man made a contribution that he felt was overlooked by Plarium, and now he's being disrespected. I think Nubkex is still part of the community. If we go and look at his channel, he's obviously a very active content creator. He's got 1,200 videos he's put out in just about the last 3 years, I think. He's got 36,000 subscribers. He's still producing content. He's still helping the community. He's still growing his channel. He's still trying to be successful here. So if Plarium came to him and was like, hey, Nubkex, we would love to have you be part of this, why would he not jump at the opportunity? If they came to me and said that, I would say, yeah, let's talk about it. Absolutely. I don't even have a relationship with Plarium. And, I was part of No Dime December as well. I don't expect that they really like me that much. But why would you not want to be involved with the company that is producing the game that you're building all your content around? That can only benefit you. You could always opt out. You could always say, hey, I don't like the decisions that are being made, or I don't like the content that's being produced, and I could back out later. But why wouldn't you at least explore that option? Now, behind the scenes, should Nubkex have talked to the Saffron Man? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I don't know the sequence of events. I don't know how much leeway or time Nubkex had. I don't know what his relationship was with the Saffron Man other than the fact they had a few conversations back in 2022. I don't know that Nub owes the Saffron Man anything other than just saying, hey man, you did a great job on your content, but you've stepped away and now I'm going to start doing this content. I think it's totally fair. I think it's totally fair. It's not like, we all cover the fusions. We all cover new champions. We all do shard pull videos. It's not like this is unique, right? Saffron Man didn't invent award shows. There's nothing here that strikes me as out of the ordinary for another award show. So I don't think we can like credit the Saffron Man with the Raid Awards as like a concept. He just executed on an idea, and granted, it was his iteration of a reward show. And like I said, you should watch the videos. They were fun. So he did a good job with them. But he stopped doing them. It's an award show. They need a host. They want an active content creator, and that content creator is going to benefit from being involved, potentially. So I think we should honor the Saffron Man. I think we should recognize his contribution, but life moves on, right? You've been gone for 2 or 3 years. If I stopped my channel today, people would still watch the guides that I created for a year, maybe even 2 years. They might stay there. And my community would probably miss me to some extent, but all of them would move on. Every single person that has watched my videos, every single member of my Discord community would go and watch other content creators. If they're still interested in playing the game, they're going to keep playing the game even if I've gone. And the reverse is also true. There are people who may love my community, but stop playing Raid because they don't like the game anymore. And so they stop watching my videos. The contributions I've made were valuable in real time. The contributions the Saffron Man made were valuable at that moment, and people remember them fondly. But that contribution is over. And I don't mean that to say, you know, like it doesn't have echoes. There aren't still people who feel some way about it. Clearly they do. Otherwise there wouldn't be this conflict. But we need continuing contributions. We need the current content creators to help this community be the best it can be. And I think that's all Nubs is trying to do. I think that's all he's trying to do. I don't think there's anything nefarious going on. Again, I don't know. I don't know behind the scenes, but from a viewer watching from the outside and from somebody who wasn't around for the Raid Awards that the Saffron Man did, all I can say is, JGigs, thanks for letting me know about it. I went and watched it. That's about what we do with content. We go and we watch that content. I gave it a thumbs up. You know, I enjoyed that content. Thank you, Saffron Man, for making it. But he's not even on YouTube anymore. Like, he doesn't even have another YouTube channel. He's actually left the platform. And you can go over there and you'll be directed to his new stuff if you want to, you know, follow him. But I think maybe it's time to just move past this. And now we come to his farewell, I guess. We've got this Sia video. You can see that it's not very long. It's 4 minutes. You can come and watch this. I'm not going to show it to you because we don't need to do that reaction, but you should come and watch this. He's clearly still very angry. He does apologize. He obviously took the video down. He thinks he overreacted, but he's still angry. And he's not happy about the community. He's not happy about Plarium. He's not happy about the viewers. He's not happy about anything. And I'm not saying he should be, but he's done a good thing here, which is he's said goodbye. He's taken the content down and he's moved on. And I hope that that is honestly what's happened, that he's not now nursing a grudge, you know, somewhere, that he's focused on new positive things. He seems like a nice guy. He seems like, you know, a contributor. Like, he wants to contribute to a community. He wants to be a YouTube content creator, or I'm sorry, not a YouTube content creator. He wants to be a content creator somewhere, and he's moved to a new platform and trying to create more positive content somewhere else. That's awesome. I wish him luck. The Saffron Man, if you watch this, I doubt you will, but if you watch this, good luck to you. I think, you know, you had a great idea and you executed it at a high degree of success. I think you should be proud of the content you made. I would be proud of that content if I made it. And that's the best praise I can give you, that from one content creator to another, you did an awesome job. And I'm sorry it didn't work out in terms of views or, you know, success for your channel, but I wish you that success somewhere else. And I hope that this has given you an opportunity to really close the door on Raid and walk away from it. It's not going to feel good walking away. I understand that. But now that you've fully walked away, you don't have to look back anymore. You can say, hey, if you ever look back, I did that cool thing. That's what you should say to yourself. I did that cool thing. I contributed, and I think it was respected and appreciated by the people who viewed it. And I think that's all we can ask for as content creators. That's what we try to do, right? That's what we try to do. Okay, so that is it for the controversy. A little bit longer than I expected to address this, but now I want to move on and talk about the actual in-game stuff that is happening for the community weeks. Okay, so here we are in game, and if you go over to the news page, you'll see there are a lot of updates about the community weeks. So we've got this sneak peek video that you can go and watch. You can just click on that, and that'll take you to the Raid YouTube channel. You can watch that sneak peek. It actually has a bit of information. It's pretty cool. We do have the Community Choice Awards vote here. So if you click on this, it'll actually take you to an external website where you can go and vote as part of the Community Choice Awards. Those votes will go on for about 3 weeks, I think. And then the awards show will show the results of those votes in early May. Additionally, we have a description here of the Raid Community Weeks. So you can see the Raid Community Awards voting there. The Loyalty Program Champion Reveal. This is Chronicler Adlin. This is going to be the free reward in Champion. And then we have the May Fusion Skills vote. So you can see there are votes. The first vote starts tomorrow. So make sure that you vote on the skills for this upcoming May Fusion. Talk about it in your Discord communities. Talk about it in your clans. Think about this very carefully. This is the first time we've ever had an opportunity to vote on the skills of a champion. So let's make sure we build in some good synergy, and let's have a real identity to this champion. I assume that they won't reveal each skill until the previous skill is voted on. So, you know, we won't be able to like preview the whole kit and create it that way. But let's just make sure that as we progress through it, we're doing this in as, I don't know, cooperative and informed a way as we can. And then finally, you can see here the Raid Community Award Show will be happening on May 3rd. And that is where we're going to see Nub. So he's going to be, I think, a co-host for this. And I'm interested to see what they do with this award show. I hope it's well received. I hope it really honors those contributors in the community. I have no idea what the votes are going to actually look like. But let's go and take a look at that right now. We can actually do that here. So here we are, Community Choice Awards vote. And I guess you just click on the vote now. You have to put in your player ID and username. And then once you do that, I guess you can go over and vote on the various nominees. Okay, so it sounds like the nominees were chosen by Plarium. We're not going to get to choose the nominees. I think that would be even cooler, right? If it's a real community awards, let the community nominate the content creators. That would be even better. But you know what? I'm nitpicking. I'm really okay with this because obviously they're going to want to focus on content creators who are in the program, right? The people that they work with every day. And chances are we also watch that content, whether that's, you know, Hell Hades or Deadwood Jedi or MTG Jedi or, you know, any Nubkex, any of the content creators who are part of the program. I'm happy with honoring those content creators because they're fantastic and I watch them all the time. Okay, so that's it. It's time for me to return to the Hell Hades challenge account, the free-to-play challenge account. We've got 2 days left. It ends on Friday, April 12th at like, I think 6 p.m. UTC, which is 2 p.m. my time, I believe. So I've got from now until 2 p.m., 2 days from now, I basically got like 44 hours left to complete all of the things that I can do in the HH challenge and hopefully get my points. Just one quick little note. I am in a massive battle for first place with Cropsio. Cropchick, I'm not sure exactly how he pronounces it. Papa Druck is right behind us in third place. We have been battling for the last month, jockeying for position. So it is going to come down to the wire. And then I know that there's going to be a live stream. Hell Hades will do a live stream at 7 p.m. UTC on Friday to wrap up the whole event. So I hope that you check that out. I will probably be live streaming that event here on the channel. So I'll be live streaming his live stream and giving you my reaction to it. That's assuming the baby doesn't come, right? That's assuming we're not in the hospital that night. But that is the plan. So I hope you are excited for that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you get notifications when we do that content. If not, if I'm not here for it, I'll give my reaction at a later date. Okay, so that is it for this one. In the comments below, let me know what you think about these raid awards. Are they a good thing? Are they a bad thing? If you want to weigh in on the controversy between the Saffron Man and Nubkex, please do. Let me know what you think. Because again, the more voices we hear, I think the better off we are as a community. But let's try, at least try to refrain from just slamming people. Like, that's not really something that I get behind. Obviously, it's going to happen a little bit. Can't avoid that completely. But let's try to make it constructive comments. See about, you know, improving the situation. I guess that's what I would say. Anyway, that's it for me. I have been Colred. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you in another video soon.